Alright, welcome back to the site everyone, and thanks for checking out this little tips and tricks tutorial. This one's on building an action in Automator, and this is going to be very useful for anyone out there who likes to download music on their Mac and keep it in their downloads folder, and for any of you who like to use iTunes and import that music into iTunes. And basically when I first got Mac or started on Mac a few years back, I didn't even realize that the whole time I was making duplicates of my music, because when you import music into iTunes, it makes a copy of it, and then you're left with another copy in your downloads folder. And you can change these settings in iTunes, and you can change where you want your downloads to be stored on Mac, but this is just a really useful action that I put together in Automator that basically is going to look in your downloads folder. It's going to move music from your downloads folder, it's going to import it into iTunes, and then it's going to delete those original files out of your downloads folder all in one step. And it's just very useful. So I'm going to show you how I do it. You can also download the free file off the website, but for any of you who want to take a shot at it or come up with some other cool action and share it with us, this is how you do it. So we're going to start by opening Automator, which is easiest done from the spotlight. So here we are, and it comes up with you to choose a template. We're going to choose a workflow, so we'll choose that. And there's tons of actions and things you can do in Automator. I haven't even scratched the surface of this program, so I'm just going to go through this real quick. We're going to go into Files and Folders. We're going to go to Finder Items, and we're going to drag that into the workflow. And now we want to search our downloads folder, or wherever you might store your downloads. That's where I store mine. And we're going to look for content by kind, because we want to find all music files. So right now this is looking in our downloads folder, and it's finding all the music files in our downloads folder. So next, we want to go to Music, and we want to go to Import Audio Files. So once it's found all the music files, it's going to import them into iTunes. And here we can choose our encoder. I'm going to choose MP3. You might also use AIFF or WAV, basically uncompressed formats. AIFF is basically a max version of a WAV. But I'm going to choose MP3, that's what I use. If you're using Serato, you know that Serato only detects certain file types. MP3, of course, is one of them. And we also want to choose delete source files after encoding. So once it imports the files from downloads into iTunes, it's going to delete those files in your downloads folder. So that's all in great. And I'm just going to open up my downloads folder here for us to see. So I have nothing in there right now, so I'm going to go on to Firefox, and I'm going to go to Remix Report. Awesome site by JD and J Spring. Definitely recommend checking this site out. And we're just going to download something to test this. So let's just go to, let's get this Beat Freaks transition of White Girl. We're going to download it. Hopefully this won't take too long. But I just want to show you guys how this actually works live. So now that our download is done, you can see it here now in the downloads folder, and that's great. So we're going to jump back over to Automator, and we're going to run this script. And first of all, I'm going to click on this little results tab down here just so it shows you what it's actually doing when it goes through the workflow. And we're going to click on Run. So let's run it. And you can see it found the White Girl file in the downloads folder, and then it imported it into iTunes. So that's great. So now if we go back to our downloads folder, you can see the file is gone because it already imported it into iTunes and it got rid of it. So if you were to look in our trash, our file would be there, and it is. So that's that. You can also open up iTunes and show you that it's in there. I already had this file, so it's in there twice, which isn't great, but you can see that it works. And that's basically the end of the tutorial. So what you can do now is, I mean, if you want, you can go File Save As, you can save that script, and you can run it anytime you'd like. And you can also download it off the website. And I hope this was useful, and I hope you come back and check out the site. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you later.
To the hip, the hop, you don't stop, don't stop. That's effects with the real hip hop, hip hop. To the hip, the hop, you don't quit, don't quit. That's effects, came to rip shit, rip shit. To the hip, the hop, you don't stop, don't stop. That's effects with the real